That Brooklyn bullshit, we on it. 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 Welcome back to another episode of What You Think, baby. I got the two best co-hosts on the planet, G-Man and Jamal. What's good, baby?
Peace.
Peace.
Well, yesterday we had the passing of DMX. Icon, man. What you think, fellas, about his passing?
It's a huge blow in the world of hip hop. It's a huge blow. You know, he meant a lot to so many people, because not only was he an icon, he was just a regular dude. He was humble, very approachable to everybody. He wasn't no jerk like most people that get a little celebrity status. He was just a real, genuine brother. He was just real and genuine. I had the pleasure of seeing him live in concert. And then as I told you, I thought the Barclays Center was going to explode when that man got on the stage, man. I'm glad I got the pleasure to see him live on stage before this happened. But again, the troubles, man, the troubles that we go through, man, it's crazy, man. We know better, but sometimes we just can't do any better. We are our own worst enemy at sometimes as people. And I'm not saying it in trying to be funny or anything like that, but we are our own worst enemy. We don't get out of our own way. And then we'll have people that look like us that's really not there trying to really help you. That really not trying to help you. I don't know the situation, but it's just sad that that brother's gone, man. Rest in peace, King. G, take that over, G.
Well, for starters, you already know it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible loss in so many different ways. Excuse me. But it just shows you time and time again how important it is to give people their flowers while they're here. Because in days and weeks and months to come, you're going to hear nothing but DMX songs when they should have been played anyway. You know what I'm saying? They should have just been in regular rotation, because, he made some great songs, period. But, it's like bittersweet, because, you're going to have all these people come out of left field saying how great DMX was and this, that, and other. And you had the opportunity to do this when that man was here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to give whoever deserves their flowers now. Don't wait till they're gone. You know what I'm saying? This really impacted me hard, harder than I expected. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just sitting and thinking, and then, I got the news and everything, and I'm keeping it a buck, I cried and all that. Like, damn, because it's really messed up, man. It's really messed up, because this man was battling demons for years. And, I don't know who was around him. I don't know if he had a bunch of yes men around him, or maybe he had people telling him, yo, this ain't the right thing. But it's just a tragic thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I really wish that he got the real help that he needed to, to still be here.
Let me ask you fellas a question. What do you think about hip hop? Do you think it's a curse to the Black community? Or is it a
No.
gift?
No, it's a gift.
It's a gift if you understand your standing in the world. I just look at it like this. Celebrity status for brothers is kind of messed up, because if you do, and it's sad that we are due for everybody else, but we're labeled as like racist or whatever if we try to do for ourselves. It's normal to do for self. That's how you became the person that you are today. It's self-doing. You got to do for your own, no matter what. No matter how it's sliced, you got to do for your own. And it's just sad that it's frowned upon when we do for ourselves, man.
So let me ask you fellas a question. What impact do you think DMX had on the hip hop world?
He had a great impact. First of all, when his first album dropped, the thing that I say time and time again about hip hop and me and my love for it and my love for particular artists is the key word originality. Now, when X came out, you didn't hear nobody. He sounded like no one. He had a new flow, he had a new style, and it was real exciting. And that first album sold like 200. Don't quote me on the numbers, but I know it was like 200 some thousand in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? But it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal, and you wanted to hear more right afterwards. And we all from New York City heard the rumors and the secret battles between him and Jay at the pool hall and stuff like that. And I heard a lot of other stories about people just coming across DMX rhyming before he was signed. You know what I'm saying? It's bugged out, man. And like I said, it's a tragic thing, man.
Well, to me, what he brought to hip hop was an energy level only rivaled by Busta Rhymes as far as an entertainer and an energy type of thing. Those are the only two dudes that I can put into the same category as far as showmen and their energy. And again, those two, nobody can rival those two as far as energy. Nobody wants to follow DMX because people made the mistake of following DMX when, like I said, he was right before 50 at that Masters of Ceremony concert. After DMX performed, 90% of the Barclays Center left. Nobody wants to do that. And nobody wants to follow Busta Rhymes either. And this is a known fact in the industry. Nobody wants to follow Busta Rhymes. Period.
That's facts.
Yeah. Well, at the top of the show, we should have started off by giving our condolence to his family. Also, I want to give out my condolence to the Simmons family.
And let's give that man a moment of silence real quick. All right.
Well, he with the ancestors
Peace.
now, so
Yes, sir.
So
what do we got to look forward to, man? What do we have to look forward to? Because it's a tough time, man. It seems like all these entertainers and people, just people passing away. You know what I'm saying? I know, the earth and everything is changing, but just on a hip hop level, as you can see, I'm wearing all Nip stuff right now because, it kind of brought back a lot of the feelings that I had around when Nip passed or whatever. But it's, in weeks to come, like I was saying, to elaborate a little bit more on what I was trying to get at, I just see a lot of things happening that, things that's gonna come that I'm not gonna agree with, but I just have to just sit back and watch, you know what I'm saying, how they turn something innocent into something evil. I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but just keep your eyes open because, people just like to flip stories around and dirty things up, man, things that are precious, man. And DMX is precious to us, and I don't want his legacy or his name, you know what I'm saying, destroyed, because the man had an addiction, you know what I'm saying? And because that's what it was at the end of the day. But I tell you what, that the man was brilliant, man.
And like, I just recently watched when he was on Talib Kweli's podcast, shout out to Talib Kweli, when he talked about how he was 14 years old and his weed got laced. Mind you, he never did any drugs before that time. And they put crack inside the weed that he smoked.
That was it.
That is crazy that we do that to each other. Why would you do something like that? Now, I don't know who this brother is, but he said he looked up to him. That man was like God to him. So instead of leading him in a different direction, you took him on a whole downward spiral, because it was downhill after that. Became, like he said, the monster was born that day.
But
And it's crazy, but
you gotta remember this, Jamal. Misery loves company.
of course we know that.
Mhm.
But see, the thing is, we got to address as Black people, and I'm speaking to every Black person that's watching this show, and I'm pointing at y'all, all of y'all, men and women. We have to fix ourselves. We cannot get nobody outside of us to fix us. We are broken. The only way to fix a broken people is to fix yourself first, because hurt people don't do nothing but hurt people. You have to fix you. Look at yourself. I had to do it. Everybody got to do it. In order to change, you have to, I'm just put it like this, you have to be the change that you want around you. And that's the only way things are going to change. You have to be the change. Nobody else can be the change for you. You have to do it.
So let me ask you a question. What y'all think? Where do y'all see rap, the hip hop game, in the next 5 years? Where y'all see it going headed to?
Well, you already see what it is now. Again, I'm not knocking anybody. I'll stick to my classics. You know, I was just rocking to my old school stuff, like, you know, and I mean real old school, like, you know, the stuff, God bless the dead, my mother used to listen to when she used to be cleaning up the crib. I'm vibing to that. I vibe to my classics, man. Listen, I just can't dig rapping about you always want to kill somebody. And I'm not saying that we didn't have that in gangster rap growing up, but that was the reality of that situation in that time frame where, you know, gang banging was prevalent. Now these dudes, now y'all rapping about people who died, y'all mocking that, and next you know, y'all turning up dead. But y'all killing each other over something, honestly, that ain't even worth a fist fight over. These dudes got beef for nothing. And these kids don't value life at all. You know, again, I'm not knocking anybody, but you cannot be out here doing stuff like that. I tell these kids all the time. I even had to deal with this with my son. Y'all can't be talking about somebody, oh, but they was doing, I don't care what somebody else is doing. That has nothing to do with me, because you're mine. I got to make sure that you good. You can't be out here and you on your song. So my son got some music out there too. But how are you talking about somebody's dead mother or dead father or dead brother or dead friend? You can't do that. That's not how it works. Because if somebody spoke up on somebody that passed away that you love, you be ready to get at them too. But that's what's wrong with these dudes today. Y'all got to start being more respectful. Stop rapping about drug use and making that shit like it's cool. Ain't nothing cool about being a drug addict. Nothing cool about it.
Well, Jamal, you gotta understand, man. You know, there is a generation of followers as well. You know what I'm saying? They have no leaders out. You know, I mean, just on a musical level. Let's just narrow it down. We don't want to get too deep right now, but just on a musical level. Just look on a musical level. The new dude sound like the last dude. You know what I'm saying? That's my only problem with the music. If you have originality, I can rock with you. I like Lil Baby. I like the Baby. I like Lil Jerk. You know what I'm saying? But that's where I draw the line. I say it over and over again. You know what I'm saying? You lose credibility when you start sounding like somebody else. With me, you know what I mean? And everything is recycled, man. It's all recycled stuff. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Yeah, we talked about guns too. We talked about a lot of wild shit too. But guess what? The difference is we was first. We started the shit. That's the difference. Yeah, we may have created a monster, Jamal. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we may have. But that's why I appreciate real bars.
We did create that.
I appreciate real bars. Period. Lyrically tough bars. That's it. Like my boy Illa G said, lyrical Hercules. I need that. That's what I need. I don't need somebody mumbling and talking about some damn drugs all the time.
And not only that,
show some depth as an artist, man.
Not only that, not to cut you off, Ma, the thing that bothers me, besides these dudes biting off the next dude, they all using auto-tune and singing. You ain't even rapping. That's what I'm saying. It needs to be categorized as something else. Yes, it falls under the hip-hop umbrella. Yes. But it should be different categories. You should have rappers, you should have rap, MCing, trap music, and whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? Because it is you cannot call what they do rapping. It has rap elements, but when you got auto-tune on your microphone and you singing half of it, I don't know. Is it an R&B song? Is it hip hop R&B? Well, I don't know. What is it? Is it some new Teddy Riley shit? Like, come on. Listen, our music, when we played our music, you knew what it was. You knew what it was too. And you knew who it was. Because everybody had their own sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, there's so many, and no disrespect to because I fuck with 22 G's. I like 22 G's. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of others, but there's too many Brooklyn drill rappers, and everybody's starting to sound the same. I can't rock with everybody. I'm only gonna pick two of y'all niggas. I'm only rocking with two of you. I'm not rocking with everybody that rhyme just like you. I'm not doing that. That's not the way, man. Like, come on, man. You gotta be original. You gotta be original. That's the only thing that's gonna save hip-hop. That's what's gonna save hip-hop, originality, man.
Do you think it'll go back to originality?
I think it's going to be forced to, because the masses are going to get mad and get tired of hearing everybody that sound alike.
That's why that them brothers, the Griselda records, that's why they get so much love, because that's throwback MCing.
Because
not rappers.
What?
That's throwback MCing.
Every song they drop sound like they dropped it in the 90s, nigga. Like you could play their music with classic albums and it fit. You could play their shit with Illmatic. You could play their shit with Built for Cuban Links. You know what I'm saying? Reasonable Doubt. And it'll fit. Man, try that with Lil Uzi Vert, man.
It'll stand out like a sore thumb.
Come on, man.
You play some of this new stuff with that old stuff, the old rap, and that's the needle in the haystack. You'll find the needle in the haystack immediately when you put something else. First of all, I don't even know who Lil Uzi Vert is, but that's just a whole nother story.
Well, he another one of those, because they got, like I said, all these things need to be broken down into categories. He one of them devil worshiping rappers. You know what I'm saying? His name alone, if you say it fast, is Lucifer. Everybody knows that.
So let me ask you fellas a question. Would you get them Lil Nas X Nike?
Hell no.
Come on, man, cut it out, man. Stop it. Don't do that. Come on,
man. Don't disrespect me like that, bro.
Don't do that to yourself.
Come on, man.
And I'm a Air Max head, B. Like, you got people that Jordans. I rock a lot of sneakers. I'll buy a pair of Jordans here and there. It's only a couple, like maybe like 3 or 4 pair that I actually like. But when it comes to Air Max, listen, man, I've had every pair of Air Max ever came out. I would never buy those.
You would never buy them? What about you, G? You'll never buy them?
Never buy that, nigga. I'm a sneakerhead, nigga. I'm old school, nigga. You see how it is. That's just what I do, nigga.
You got the Clydes on.
Yes, sir. I specialize in old school shit, so but and I fuck with Air Max hard body, just like Mo. We come from the same class, same school, same era. So it is what it is. But no, I'll burn them shits, man. I'll burn those, yo.
Yo, son, my Adidas do the illest things.
I'll treat those sneakers like white people treated Colin Kaepernick's jersey and LeBron jersey when LeBron left Cleveland. I'll burn it.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. I set them bitches on fire.
I just want to say this to the people of the country that had a problem with Colin Kaepernick kneeling? Did y'all have a problem with Derek Chauvin kneeling on George Floyd's neck? Did y'all have a problem with that kneel? Or because that song wasn't playing?
Oh,
I just want to know that.
And you see,
I just want to know that. You know what I mean? I want to know what y'all think about that. Was it the kneeling of Colin Kaepernick on the kneeling of Derek Chauvin on the back of George Floyd's neck? I don't know how this is at trial, but you've seen everything on tape. He took him after they had, mind you, they had him handcuffed. He wasn't resisting nobody. Y'all put him in the car, and then y'all took him back out the car, and then you killed him. Why is there a trial? Because of due process in the country? This is a mockery. First of all, y'all burning taxpayer dollars over something that's clear. But being that you a brother in America, nothing is always clear. Just like when, rest in peace to the King Eric Gardner, he got choked out on camera. Rodney King got beat. And they said he was going 110 miles per hour in a Hyundai. Hyundai didn't even go that fast back then. Hyundais didn't even go that fast back then.
Nope.
You know, we've seen this already. And it's sad. It's still sad. We've seen it. We're not being hung from trees. We're being gunned down. There's no more lynching. We're being gunned down. Plain and simple.
What you think?
But I'm saying we got to get out. Like you said, we got to fix ourselves. We really do. Before we.
Nobody can fix us.
Yes.
Nobody can.
Yeah.
We only can fix us. Yeah. Like the late great El Hajj Malik El Shabazz said, and people know him as Malcolm X, there is no white solution to Black problems. And it's not knocking white people. There is no white solution to Black problems. Not knocking white people. There are some white people out there that are good, but I'm gonna quote somebody else, the late great Muhammad Ali, when he was doing the interview, I think it was on Dick Cavett's show, and he said there are 1,000 snakes coming down, 1,000 poisonous snakes coming down the hill, and only 100 of them meant good for me. What do I do? Do I allow the ones that don't be good for me? And I'm just kind of paraphrasing, I'm just adding my own stuff to it. Or do I just get out of the way and not even worry about the good 100? Because it's still 900 of them that want to bite them and kill them. What do we do?
Listen, man.
And we're beyond begging for stuff. There was a civil rights bill that was signed in 1964. It got enacted in 1965.
We were asking for all the wrong things, Jamal. That's why we're in this situation.
We weren't getting. Now. You know why? Because of poor leadership. Y'all asking for trivial shit. Asking for trivial stuff. But in that civil rights bill, matter of fact, I think it was drafted in 1963 and was enacted in 1964. I could be mistaken. But in that civil rights bill, it was supposed to be for us. There's a whole bunch of other stuff in there for everybody else that they got. And we still fighting for that same stuff that we supposed to got then. We're still talking about it. But you know one thing that's constant? We're still voting. We're still voting. And they keep telling us, keep voting, keep voting, keep voting. But we're still voting and nothing is changing. It's not about voting. It's about us.
Listen, brother.
Us.
Brother. And that all goes, it's a lot with that statement, us fixing us, it's a lot within that statement that has to be done. It's very, very easy to just put that there, but Jamal, it's just so much because you know what? we have to be reprogrammed. You're gonna have to, and you know how hard it is to drop old habits. You know what I'm saying? I still smoke cigarettes. I quit a couple times, but at the same time,
You didn't
look,
quit then.
but exactly. Well, I'm saying to reprogram a people, you're asking a people to reprogram themselves. You know what that's going to take? Because now we have to get into economic, because now, okay, now we can't spend no money with nobody else. Now we have to spend all our money with us in order for us to grow. Who's gonna now? That's only one step. That no, I ain't even get into living situations and other things
but
of
I'm gonna
that,
just say this, right?
because I remember, not to cut you off, brother. I remember, on the past show, one of your solutions was for us to have our own piece of land away from everybody else and let us rock out. I'm gonna tell you why that's not gonna work. Number one, because of the world we live in today, they give us something like that, right? The minute they give it to us, guess what? They're gonna cut us off from everything else, bro. You know what I'm saying? Unless we already developed a relationship with other countries, because we will be our own country within a country to try to do what you want to do. Unless we're planning on already set up business with other countries, we will fail, and we'll just probably be just rounded up and be slaves again. Oh, we got y'all all in one spot now. You made it easy for us.
But I only think we get with one country. That's Africa. We trade with them. We good money. We get oil, minerals, diamonds, gold. We get everything out of it.
You can't get everything from Africa, brother.
You
can't get everything.
Damn near.
Please tell me what we can't get from there.
Well, it depends on.
Because we can get every natural resource known to man
What's
from
left?
the motherland.
What's left?
It's never gonna die out, man. That place produces stuff.
Listen. This is facts. This is a fact. But guess what? How much of it do we own? Even though it is our land.
Oh, we own absolutely none of it.
Exactly. So
we own absolutely none of it.
That goes back to dealing your business with Africa, who you dealing with. They gonna shut you down. What's your next solution now?
Now, like I said, of course they shut us down, because that's when when somebody goes against the grain, they end up dead. Like Mugabe, you got Gaddafi, and Castro. A lot of people got fed the narrative that Castro was against everybody. Castro knew he was a black man of Latin descent. He knew who he was. He ran the mob out of Cuba, because the mob set up shop in Cuba and was building casinos and things of that nature. He shut that down.
They did Gaddafi the worst. They did Gaddafi the worst, bro.
Now, if they was talking about him bombing a plane over Lockerbie, Scotland. So why y'all ain't kill him right after that? Y'all waited till he had the gold dinar, and he had all the other countries in Africa that was going to back it, and when it bankrupt the whole entire world, because all of the countries was falling in line with it.
Because it would have been the only country with a natural resource backing it, as its, you know what I'm saying, as its currency.
Yep.
It would have crippled the globe. Period.
And they killed him.
Yo, he's about to put up satellites. He's about to put satellites up and have their own African network and everything. You already saw what he did with the water. He brought water to his people. He had free rent. Come on, man.
Not only that.
Come on.
In Libya, they don't tell a lot of things that was going on. College was free in Libya. And if you went to college in the course, whatever major subject that you were studying, if that college in Libya did not have it, they sent you abroad for free. $50,000 for married couples to buy homes inside the country. This is what he was giving his people. As soon as they killed him, it went into a downward spiral. You started seeing all type of craziness going on over there. As soon as they killed that man.
So, fellas, let me ask you a question. What country you think is the biggest raper of Africa? U.S.,
They all are.
Russia?
All of them.
They all are.
Everybody got their
Right
hand in
now-
that pot.
Right now, being that people, you know, are going with the Asian hate thing, you know, China is running Africa right now.
Mhm.
But it's Asian hate going on. But they raping Africa right now too. Nobody's speaking about that.
But it's been happening. It's been happening for years and years and years and years and years. They corner,
It seems like
they corner the market on everything.
It seems like every country is taking a turn on gaining extra wealth on the backs of Black people again.
But I thought they threw all them Asians out of Africa. I thought they.
Yeah, right. Okay. You okay?
So I mean, what?
Hey man, they still getting paid for building the railroads, man. They still getting paid for that.
We can tell them they getting reparations for railroads.
Of course, they still getting reparations. They still get reparations, and we ain't got none.
So let me ask you a question. Why do you think white people treat us like this? Why do you think they don't want to give us nothing? They don't want to see us with nothing. They don't
Listen. Let me break this down to you. And I'm gonna do this delicately to not sound like I'm coming from a place of hate, because I'm not. I'm coming from a place of fact. And I employ anybody to do their own research after I make this statement. Okay. The issue is this: they are a people of leisure. What that means is they are accustomed to having servants, not doing any work, or not having anything to do with anything associated with work, and other than telling you what to do. That's what their lineage is. That's just what it is.
Well, I don't think with a white person's thought process, but what I'll say is this. I'm gonna look at it from a Black man's view. I think it's fear. They fear that we're gonna do to them what they did to us. And that's not how we made up. We're not made up that way. Because when you think about it, there were over 350 slave revolts in this country. 350 of them. You only get to hear about one, maybe two. You know, you hear about the Nat Turner stuff. You don't hear about the Gullah Wars down in the South. You don't hear about that. That went on for 100 years.
Jamal, I'm gonna let you finish, but we know that we know it is because it's his story. We all know that history is always told from the side of the victim. So you ain't gonna find out none of this other stuff, real facts, until somebody decides to open their mouth about it.
And as a matter of fact, it's so funny because while I was at work yesterday, I told one of the young cats at work, I said the same thing to him. History is told by the winners. The losers don't tell nothing. I said, how many times have you ever seen somebody with a silver medal getting an interview? Unless they were robbed of a fight, like Roy Jones, Evander Holyfield. Floyd Mayweather got robbed in the Olympics too.
Yeah.
That's the only times that you will hear somebody who lost getting interviewed about something like that. But when they talk about the greatest anything has never won. They don't win silver medals. They win golds.
Hey, Jamal, listen, brother. They don't even talk about the Indian wars that took place in this country. A lot of people don't even know about that, which was our people too, as well.
Of course.
But
there were people like us. The Mayans, Incas, those are us. Those are us. When you look at the Mayans, when you look at how they built the pyramids over there, in Mexico, Aztecs as they call them, they were exactly the same. Each stone was exactly the same size and exactly the same weight as the pyramids over in Egypt. How you explain that? How you explain that stuff?
Well, fellas,
But they
man,
tell you all types of other stuff to keep your mind occupied. Always know, like I tell people, and I'm gonna say this on camera again, every Black person in this country or in this world, I do not have a problem with you. We got to start loving each other. We got to, because we're taught to be individuals from the door. Every other ethnic group is taught to be a teammate. We're taught to be individuals. I preferred it better if we still was getting lynched because we stuck together then. We stayed on code. Now we start going into all businesses. We forget that like 60 years ago, we couldn't go into white business. We couldn't. We forget. We act like that stuff was 300 years ago. It was just a lifetime ago for some people. We couldn't go into their businesses. We need to start opening our own stuff up again, man, and start patronizing and start putting our money back into our neighborhoods, so our neighborhoods will become communities. Because we have neighborhoods, communities. When you have communities, everything is owned. The majority of the businesses and the school systems and the politicians or whatever, that is all us. Then when you control stuff like that, you can control the narrative in your neighborhoods.
Well,
And they
that's why
become communities.
that's why now it's called the hood, because the neighbors moved out.
You know, and we move away from where we grew and never come back. We never turn back, and that's sad. Because you grew, as they say, a rose grew from that concrete. How about starting helping some more roses grow out of the concrete then? Start reaching back, helping the kids. Don't let them grow up and deal with the hardships that you dealt with. That is our responsibility. But we'll go and we'll do all this stuff for everybody else. But we act like there's something wrong with doing it for yourself.
So where do the parents, where's their responsibility at? You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I'm not saying that the parents aren't responsible.
You talk
because
about reaching back to other people's children. When are the parents going to start?
What I'm saying is this, is that when you get to a certain place where you have resources to be able to do things like that, you should reach back and help. But the parents, that's the first place the child learns, is at home. I see this all the time. People complaining with kids, complaining about how hard it was with them coming up. But you're putting your kids through the same stuff. And then it's like you have that attitude where you just gave up instead of keeping fighting, because you fall in a victim to your environment. You don't have to. You don't. You don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to rob people. You don't have to be a taker in life. You don't.
I want to ask y'all something, man. In the day and age we live in right now, do you think it is a cop-out to blame the white man?
To a certain extent.
Well, listen.
Well, listen, I'm gonna say this. Anybody that can sit there, I don't mean to cut y'all brothers off, but anybody that can sit there and say, oh, the white man did this. And I used to hear this shit all the time when I was coming up. So you know what they did. And as they used to say on G.I. Joe, because I know we all watched G.I. Joe back in the days, and knowing is half the battle. If you know that they set the system up for us to fail, why do you keep falling for it? So you can blame them, but you also blame yourself too. You take most of the blame. We take most of the blame. Bottom line. Because when I make mistakes, I'm taking the blame for it. Because in every failure that I've had in my life, there has been one thing that has been constant in every failure that I've ever had, and that is me.
That was you. Mm-hmm.
That is me.
That's what I was getting at, Jamal. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I've been in 100% of the failures that I had in life. I was part of the blame of that. So when you start understanding that, your mind will rise above the bull crap, man.
Because that's where, you know what I'm saying. I think it's just my opinion. In a ways, it's a little played out, man. For everything. Oh, the white man, that's played out, man. Because we are evolved as a people. We don't have the unity that we need, but we are evolved intellectually as a people. We are a lot smarter than we've ever been. So me myself, I can't cop out. I can't cop out like, oh, the white man did that. I can't. I got to put it on me. What did I do? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What was my role in this? What should I have done? What I should not done? You know what I'm saying? I'm just on a different path, brother. You know what I'm saying? And as far as giving anybody information, because I'm all about trying to help somebody, but I also know that not everybody can be helped and not everybody wants to help. But if there's an ear that I feel like wants the information and wants to help, I'm going to give it freely. But I'm not going to give it freely to everyone. I'm not.
Now, you know how when we used to all work together at FedEx, all three of us, and G, you already know, Lamont really wasn't around with most of the, as they called it was calling us our Black Power meetings.
Mm-hmm.
They used to try to break, yo, Lamont, this is no bull crap. Yo, they used to try to break that up and keep us away from each other because of things we were talking about. We weren't talking about, yo, let's go buy these Jordans and stuff. We was talking about empowering ourselves,
real stuff,
as well as empowering and trying to empower the rest of the people. That's not the mindset of the normal Black person in the eyes of white supremacy. That's not their thought process. We're supposed to be more so helping white supremacy by exterminating each other. That's not how we did. We did it a different way.
It got under their skin when we walked in and said Hotep to each other.
But
yeah, what? or better yet, when I used to walk on the dock in the morning, and I'd be like, "It's a beautiful day in Zamunda." Yo, they used to be telling me that I can't say that at work no more.
Crazy.
It was crazy.
Where my dogs at? We right here, dog. Where my dogs at? We right here, dog. What must I go through?
But like I said, it's all about what you want to do. No matter what somebody else is trying to do for you, if you don't want to do it yourself, it's not going to get done. You have to come to the realization, yo, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this. Like I said, I used to make a lot of mistakes in life. And once I was like, yo, man, fuck this, man. I got to start doing this again. I got to start doing something different. Because in order to get something that you never had, you got to do something that you've never done. That's just pretty much what it is. Excuse my cursing in that, because I know I'm going to hear it from somebody when in this video. You got to stop cursing so much.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm a truck driver. It just fits. So,
well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm going to just say this before we go. Eat pussy. It's organic.
And there you have it.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it, Lamont.
Yeah. To make sure you don't eat it when they have no yeast infection.
No, don't eat any and everyone. Don't eat any and everyone.
Put that disclaimer on it, bro. Put that disclaimer on it. Yeah.
Don't eat everyone. Everyone ain't good. That's like picking out fruits. You
Yo,
don't know which fruit to pick.
Like I said, I'm up your host. I'm up your host. I got the greatest co-host on the planet. Jamal, G-Man. Hey, we out of here. What you think?
Peace. Southside forever.
Rest in peace, King.
Rest in peace, DMX.
Rest in peace, DMX.
Where my dogs at? We right here, dog. Where my dogs at? We right here, dog. What must I go through?
That Brooklyn bullshit, we on it. 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 That Brooklyn bullshit, we on it.